Hi there, nice you're watching. Today I'm about to review my 5 very favorite painting items of the year 2024. So make sure you watch everything. I think there's enough inspiring things to see today. Number 1 are the Derwent Inktense pencils. So the Derwent pencils, I started with just 3 or 4 of them a couple of years ago, and I extended my collection. I bought this one on the Dutch eBay and I found it great, but I already had some double ones then because I bought some Derwent pencils over the years, and finally I had more than 36, so it couldn't fit in the box anymore. And what I also found about this box, it's good. I did it, I kept it together with an elastic band, but when the pencils are in this box and it falls on the ground, which happened often to me, the pencils are on the ground and they're getting broken, and I had to select the colors because I think the colors on the back of the color, well, don't correspond with all the colors that are actually in the pencils. So I always needed to search for the pencils I wanted to have at that particular moment. So I wanted to find myself a system for that. I also bought these ones. I had 2 of those, and in this one, I'm not really a pencil person, and especially not when it comes to watercolor pencils. And these are the pencils that I used in my childhood. They are from Charisma, and these are the only color pencils that I want to use. And the colors are just brilliant. And when I found out about the Derwent Inktense, it really was a good option for me because these ones are almost like oil pencils, and they do not, they're not working great when you use acrylic paint. And when you work with the Derwents, this is just great to work upon acrylic paint. And I selected these ones on color. I organized it in this case that I bought on Amazon, and it has, 4 zippers, and you can open them, and then you have kind of a book. So you have a book with 4 pages actually, and this is my selection. These are my brown ones, my pink and purple ones, my blue ones, and I have even some pencils that aren't fitting, the green ones, and here more green ones, and red and orange ones, a yellow, of course, here. And then I have some pencils that didn't fit into the box, so I have to organize it once again. But I think this system will work, and it's also a good thing when we're traveling. It's not heavy, and I can just browse through my book, and I can find the right colors. And I often use these ones for doing portraits, so I will show you some of the portraits I've been creating with these ones. And what I often do, I set up a layer with acrylics first, and then I draw the face with the Derwents, and I use a refillable water brush, and then I add water to it. And as soon as you added water to the Derwent pencils, it's waterproof, so you can't remove it anymore. But before that, if you haven't made a mistake, you can simply erase it. If you have a good eraser, you can, I don't often do that, but you can erase it. And as soon as it's combined with water, it's waterproof, so then you can't change it anymore. I really love this, and the color palette of these ones is just great. I don't have them all, but this is for me enough to work with, and I can expand even a little more. I can just add 5 or 6 because I have here the loose one, the blue one. So I can just add, and here in the case there are some spaces for larger things like scissors or well, I don't know what, but maybe I can add some charcoal in it, some drawing things. So it's not meant for acrylic markers or Posca. These things, these are too small for that. But for pencils, it's great, and you see they won't fall out. And you can simply close it, and then you have this wonderful book. And on purpose, I kept this one not that full because then it's getting thicker. So I think this is a great way to take your pencils when you are traveling. The second one are some new acrylic paint colors. Now in this box, I collected my favorite new colors, and I am stuck to a certain color palette for a couple of months or years, and mainly this was blue. So this is one of my bluish colors. It's bluish gray light, and it turned out to be one of my favorites. As you see, it's almost finished. Then there are some, well, this is another blue. This one is also from the brand Amsterdam, Pruissan blue Phthalo. And there was one of my students using this one in my weekly painting class. And I asked her, what is this color? I really want to have it because I had some leftover and I painted a lot of things with that. So I bought this one. And it was also the same with this, no, not that one, this one and that one. This is from Rembrandt and it's called Indian Red, and it's just a wonderful color. And I always stay true to the brand that I often work with, and that's Winsor Newton. But in this case, the burnt sienna of Ada, which is a Dutch brand, this is a total, completely different color than the one from Winsor Newton. That turns out a bit like rusty orange, and this one is much darker, much more like a red color. It's between red and burnt umber or something, and I adore this color, especially, and it's also the case with this one, especially when you mix it with white, you come across wonderful colors of pink. And that's also the case with this. This is from Winsor & Newton, and this is called red ochre. And with red ochre combined with white, you get the, well, the tasty old pink color that I often use in my art journal, in my latest art journal. So on this page, you see that I mixed all the kind of orangey pink colors that I used, well, that I just shown you. These ones, I used all of them for this page. I will show you the full page later, but for now, I just wanted to show you these colors of the trees. And then I have two more colors. This one I really used a lot in the art journal from France. And already on the first page, you can see what this color is like when you mix it a bit with, I think I mixed it with the other color, which is next to it, the pale umber and the raw umber from Amsterdam. And this is pale umber from Winsor & Newton. And I really love this combination. This color turns out to be a little greenish brown. If you add a lot of white to it, you can see it that it's really turning to green, more like than Van Dyke brown or burnt umber, which is more like red, and Van Dyke turns a bit into gray. This one turns out to be a little greenish. So it was a good addition. It was only, whoa, that was really a disaster. I had a bottle of this one, not a tube, but a bottle. And there was something wrong with my package I ordered online. And I opened the box and I stumbled upon the bottle of this color. It was broken. And the paint was all over the place. It was upon everything that was in my order. Luckily, the brand said to me, I sent them an email because I thought, like, I have a bottle that I can throw away. It was broken. The bottles are not that strong. And I did a claim and they gave my money back for it. And they had their excuses to me because I think I was cleaning for 2 hours. And then, especially with this color, it's not really like I want to clean that because everything was brown. I could use the bottle though, but as soon as the bottle was, well, finished, I took it with me on a trip in a plastic box. But it wasn't, every time it was like, oh, I have to use that paint. Now I already have a new bottle and I have this tube for on the road. So these are my very favorite colors, and it looks like boring, like you have only brown colors, but as soon as you mix those up, they're getting into wonderful colors. And yes, my goal is to use more brighter colors in the next year. So we'll see what will be there in this basket next year. And Amsterdam, if you're watching this, make sure you make your bottles a little stronger because a couple of weeks ago, a bottle fell on the ground and I was completely covered with white paint. It was on my trousers and I was with a children's group, so I had to wash my clothes straight away. So it's, well, it's not really an accident from the delivery. It's also because these bottles aren't strong. The tubes are, but the bottles aren't strong enough. The third ones are these amazing color cubes. These color cubes, created by Sarah Renee Clark, are just amazing. I stumbled upon them and I wasn't sure if I wanted to have them directly, but it was just like, it's so nice, but it's so expensive, especially when you live in Europe, you have to pay for the tax. But I thought the idea was just amazing. I am good color wise, but if you need a little inspiration for a color scheme in your painting, you can just pick randomly a card, blindly. You can pick a card and look. Well, there's always an image which is inspiring. You can even do something with the image, and then there's the colors that are included in that picture. And on the back, you can see the hex codes like these ones, and that's the digital code from the colors. So if you want to do something, you want to make a postcard or whatever, then you can simply add this code and you can use it for a bag, or you want to say Merry Christmas or whatever, you can simply pick this code and add the letters to it, the text to it. And you see they're all very different. Sometimes they have a contrasting color, sometimes they don't. They have just well, some tones of blue, some lighter tones, some darker tones. These are all landscape ones, but there are various images in it. These are all landscapes, but you know there are cats in it. There are two color cubes. There's edition 1 and edition 2. This is edition 1, and I will grab something out. There's not really a difference in color. They are numbered, so you don't have to search for where do I need to put those ones. I will do that later. I will show you some things out of the second one. I think she just had the idea. This is so much fun. I want to create even more of these. So these ones are numbered from 1 to 250, and these ones are going from 251 to 500. So in total you have 500 cards. Maybe there will be a third version, but for now I think I have so much to do if I want to use them all. And well, you can pick something blindly, but you can also say I want to use, for example, something with pink or red, and you can well, just grab some cards out of the box and see which one is matching your mood. And sometimes you have just some colors that you want to use from this palette. These are all kind of dark colors. Where are the cats? I don't see the cats. I want to show you the cats. Maybe I have to go back a little. I love this one. It's just amazing. And this one is going to salmon pink, and this one is going to more like purple. I did it also with my students last week, and it was big fun to use these cards. I will now see if I can find some cats for you. But now you have a little, well, idea what you can do. Ah, there's the cat. Yes. And there's another one. Oh, there's a horse. And a dog. And you see all the, sometimes there are flowers, sometimes there are plants, another cat. It's just wonderful. It's wonderfully selected, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be using them often, but well, going back to where I started with number 3, I didn't know if I wanted to have these ones, and I was doubting and doubting, and then suddenly there was an early Santa Claus named Anthony, and he bought these ones for me, and I didn't expect any package. And then suddenly this came, and I was like, whoa, this is really cool, and this is just great. I created this page based on a combination of these two cards. It's from the second box, you can see it because of the numbers are in 400. And the funny thing was that Anthony gave me these wonderful roses. They are, well, a bit at the end right now, but they are that very, well, strong, well, pink, sharp pink. I don't know how it's called, bright pink. And I don't often use these colors, but I found it amazing to combine it with, well, just something that I had on my table, on my desk. And uh, I saw something else, which was great. This was something one of my youngest students gave to me. It was on a package with a chocolate bar. It's not actually a bar, but it's a letter, and that's something we have in Holland, a chocolate letter. And we have another, well, kind of Santa Claus. It's called Sint Nicolaas or Sint Klaas. And then the kids are having a chocolate letter, and it's the first letter of your name. So I got me a letter M, because my name is actually Marloes, not Loes, but Loes is easier to pronounce. And she said, thank you. I found it very nice. Greetings or love, Kaylee. So I thought this was a great color to add to this page. And this is a project that I still need to finish, but I want to integrate these colors in this project as well. So this is the chocolate bar that she gave to me. Handmade, is on a package, and I will open it for you. So this color is matching, well, something between this, and this, I think. So I think I can add it into my, hey, uh-oh. Okay. He bought a lot of presents for me. He bought roses for me. He bought color cubes for me. So I think he can have my chocolate letter. Although his name is not starting with the M. Number 4 is the Buku made by Meta Folmer. This is a wonderful book that she created. She binded it herself, and she is really professional. And the book includes only zero waste material or things that people have left over and gave to her. Like old books, some, well, strong paper, thick paper, and this wonderful fabric. I really love that I could add it to my page. That I've just shown you some photo protection paper, dictionary, and the first word I will mention, the first word I see on this page I won't mention because it's a dirty word. There's always a sweet surprise in the book. Black page, craft page, blue pages, and this is her card. Meta Buku Delphi. Then we go back, we go to the second section of the book, and there's more children's books. Thin paper. Oh no, this is fabric. It's a jeans, black jeans. Again, the dictionary and the photo protection paper and some surprises. Every time it's including different pages, so you never know what you'll get. It's always a surprise, and no book is the same. Everything is unique. So this is kind of an art journal version. There are some thinner papers in it. I bought this little one, and it's a great one. It's set up in the same way almost. And I worked in this one when we were in France this summer, and later on I worked in it when we were at home. And I will browse through the book quickly, as I already shown you. If you watched my earlier videos, I've already shown you a lot of these pages. Some I made for YouTube. This one was made for YouTube, so you might have already seen this. I really love this one, using the red ochre color again that I just mentioned. And here I can also see the pale umber. There's just some paper in it, which I thought I would be doing something with it. United States. And this is already something I've done. And there's another page. Where is it? Yes, this one. This one I also created for YouTube already. And this is a Rembrandt painting. Titus or Titus. I think that's his son. And that one I created for YouTube. I think this is it. Yeah, this is it. But you see this lovely fabric in it. It's always different what you get. It's always a surprise, and that's really the secret. And I will share some more things about Meta in another video. So if you like and subscribe the video and turn on the notification bell, you won't miss the thing about bookbinding, the video about bookbinding with Meta. And the final one are these amazing Acrea Copic markers. I had a box full of Copic markers, which are alcohol-based markers, and I simply adored them for, well, a long time. They have a thicker nib and they have a thinner nib for the smaller details, and you can also buy the chow or sketch Copic markers that they have a brush nib, and I think they have this one and not this one. This is a hard nib, and I adored these ones for a long time, but they didn't go well with acrylic paint. So what I've done, I usually don't buy a lot of things, and if I am aware that I don't use things so much, then I sell them. So I sold almost all my Copic markers, and I have no regrets. I don't use them, and I still don't use them a lot because they are transparent. And what does that mean? If you want to draw something on a darker area with a lighter one, so like for example this one, you can't see anything of it. They blend amazingly well if you work on a white surface. Now, I never work on a white surface, as you know, and they don't go well with acrylics. But what I've done, I illustrated my children's book about a marble. I loved using them for years and years, but as soon as I started with the acrylic paint, I stopped using them and I sold them for a good price. But then suddenly, Copic came with an amazing thing. These are not called acrylic markers, but they are called Acrea, and you can use them on any surface. And what I love about the color Copic markers so much is that they have a brilliant color palette. Well, the numbers of these new ones aren't corresponding. I think they aren't corresponding the original ones, and they only have 4 boxes of these, all including 6 markers. So this is the one with the, well, I think it's called regular. Oh, essentials. So these are the must-haves. And it's just white and black and white, gold and silver, and gray and sepia. And they are so good. I already used them and I will show you a page where I've been using them. And this is the, well, these are kind of bright colors. They have 2 more. They are water-based, but they are opaque, so they are not transparent, and you could use them on any flat surface. So you could even use them on acrylic paint. You can use them on plastic, on glass, on wood, anything you want to, you can use them. And these colors are bright, but as I had a goal of working with brighter colors, it's good for me to integrate these ones. And what I love is not just the color palette, I also love the nib, because I am very, well, I know these nibs and I know they won't get broken easily. So I know this is sustainable, this is quality. And when I'm using, for example, Posca pens or even the ones from Amsterdam, I feel like the nib is getting broken so soon. And you can turn it around and then you have kind of a new nib. But I didn't know that at first, so that's a tip for you maybe. But still, well, they're getting broken again, and then you can't use them anymore. And for the Copics, it was the case that you could replace the nibs. For example, this one is not good anymore. It's leaking also a bit. This is a very old one that I didn't want to sell because I love the color so much. But when something is broken, you can simply replace it. And these ones are refillable, but I think these ones aren't. I haven't seen inks for those, but I think, well, let's see. I have them for a month or so now, right now. So I will see how long they will be, well, good to use. But I love these colors already so far. I will now show you part of my page. Here I used the pinkish one, and it was really great to use this. So it was a lot of fun using these ones, and I have to experience in the future how it will go. But for now, I say it's wonderful, and I hope they will make this in the colors that I know. I still know all the numbers by heart, the numbers of the colors, and it was so great to work with those. So if they have them for acrylic paint, to use them combined with acrylic paint, it would be just great. So those are my new materials, and I'm looking forward to work with them a little more. And I hope you enjoyed this video and that you have a lot of inspiration what to buy next, or maybe you have some Christmas wishes still. It's still possible, and I wanted to show you this one. It's created by a classmate's daughter. She's 8 years old, so it's amazing. And I want to wish you a meowy Christmas. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up, like and subscribe, and leave something in the comment. Maybe you can tell me what is your favorite material you use in 2024. Please make sure you watch the next video by turning on the notification bell, and I hope to see you then.